Hello everybody, what's going on? Hold on. That's awesome that I come back after like 4 months, and the first thing I do is say, hold on, and I just leave. Anyways, excuse me, I had to go get my drink that I left across the room because I'm smart. Anyways, hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. It has been some time, but we are back. What video is this? This is the Shadow's House redirect? Yes, that's what this is. Welcome back, everybody. It has been a little bit, but I'm happy to be back. Excuse the extended absence this time. Had a lot of crazy stuff happen. You get the drill. Happy to be back, and hopefully can get back to recording things fairly soon. In fact, I've already started doing that. Besides this Shadow's House session, I also have recorded 10 episodes of My Hero Academia, 4 of the recap episodes that came out to recap everything up to Season 7, I believe. And then I've watched 6 episodes of Season 7, I believe. That is as far as I got, because at the time of recording it, that's all that was out. Now I'm sure like 8 or 9 episodes, maybe even 10, are out. Of the dub, keep in mind. I'm not sure if the sub is ahead of the dub. I don't think My Hero actually has a time gap between the sub and the dub. I don't know that for sure, because I've always been a dub watcher. But I'm going to assume it doesn't with how big of a show it is. I assume it is released at the same time. Unlike some other shows, like Reincarnated as a Slime, which is like 6 weeks behind, which is awesome. Anyways, yes, I'm back. This is going to be a rambly one, boys. I apologize. If this video is under 20 minutes, I will be happy. Anyways, yes, so go in the description, click on the Dailymotion, Google Drive, or BitChute links, assuming they all work, which I know for a fact one of the Dailymotion ones doesn't work, so keep an eye out for that. To watch me watch the final few episodes of Shadow's House. I actually forget how many episodes I'm watching in this. Hold on. Let me make sure I know what the fuck I'm talking about before I start talking. Do my job challenge. Impossible. What? How many episodes is this? Is this 5? It's 5 episodes, guys. 5 episodes of Shadow's House Season 2, episodes 8 through 12? 8 through 12, yes. Episodes 8 through 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So go watch the episodes, have fun with that. Also, one quick thing to note before I start rambling. Dailymotion has a weird thing happening. Oh, actually, 2 things. 1, Dailymotion is... Actually, 3 things. Fuck it. 1, Google Drive links are temporary. I don't think I've said this in a while, and I like to say this every once in a while just to remind everyone. Google Drive links are temporary. They're only there until I have enough space, until I need to clear more space. So Dailymotion links usually only work for the first, month or 2 of a redirect being put up, and after that, it will usually be taken down because there is only 15 gigabytes of space on Google Drive, yada yada yada. The point is, if that doesn't work, you will have to use Dailymotion or BitChute. Speaking of those 2 things, BitChute just recently did an update, and it's acting weird for me. Like, I can't watch private videos, even though I uploaded them. Like, I myself can't watch my own private videos, which is really weird. So if there's any issues with BitChute, do let me know, because obviously I can't check every single episode, or I theoretically could, but I usually don't. But now I can't even check because I can't watch the video, so do let me know if there's any problems with that, and I'll try to get to it. Also, Dailymotion had some new update too, where you can no longer have password-protected videos. Because before there were 3 options for, like, privacy settings. There were public, private, and password protected. And for a while, I was doing public, and then that didn't go well. So I went to private, and that worked better, but then eventually private links just stopped working entirely, so I had to go to password protected, and every series had a password and all that. Shadow's house had Shad and all that good stuff. But now password protected isn't an option. On previous videos, they are still listed as password protected, but I cannot make new uploads password protected. So once again, let me know if there's any problems there. Also, Dailymotion is a hellscape as is, because half the time I put things up there and they just get deleted right away. I have no idea why. Dailymotion sucks. Can you upload stuff to, like, Patreon? Because I know some people have Let's Watches and stuff, and they put them up on Patreon. I don't have a Patreon, but I wonder if I can put them up publicly on Patreon without issues arising. I might have to look into that, because, like, man, Dailymotion and BitChute are both such a pain in the ass to get to, like, work properly. I would pay some money to not have to deal with this. And by I would pay money, I mean I would like a free alternative, please. Anyways, I have rambled for long enough. Let's get to the point of this fucking redirect video. Shadow's house. Shadow's house is done. Thank you all for being so patient. And thank you for those of you who don't even fucking watch Shadow's house, because I'm pretty sure the last Shadow's house thing got like fucking like 4 views, and that's awesome, because who gives a fuck about Shadow's house? Me! I do! And I gotta say, I went into Shadow's house season 1 very like, this is not really my thing probably, but it should be fun. And I came out of it pleasantly surprised, though a bit disappointed in the ending. And I feel like season 2, I was really concerned that, like, I was gonna get, like, halfway through it and just be like, damn, I do not give a fuck about this show. But I don't know, man, like, I don't remember the exact episode it happened. But at some point in season 2, I just really started liking it a lot. I don't know why, I don't know, like, where that came from, but, like, I'm glad, because it's pretty fun. It's a pretty good show, man. And with that in mind, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about it, so spoilers ahead. Please watch the episodes if you want to know, if you don't want spoilers. Yada yada yada, you get the gist. Let's talk about it, mainly because I promised I would talk about it in the redirect, because I didn't have time to talk about it at the end of episode 12. So let's talk about it a little bit. It has been a while since I recorded these episodes, so excuse me if my memory is a bit hazy, but, yeah, man, specifically, I would say about halfway through this season, roughly halfway through, probably around episodes 5 to 6, probably, I started getting really into the show. I don't know why. It's just something about the way the characters were, I don't know, like, you can see it in the first session. You can see, like, the moment that my brain kind of clicks and I start going, oh, this is kind of cool. And I don't remember what even caused it. But at some point I got really into it. And for this entire session, I feel I was just, like, vibing with it a lot, and I really enjoyed it. And it got to the point where, like, I got to the end of this session of episodes. I got to the end of season 2. And, like, I was really upset thinking that, like, we might not get any more of this show. Towards the end, I actually looked up a bit, and I talk about it in episode 12, like, you know, what are the chances of there being a season 2 and all that. And, like, it doesn't seem great, but it doesn't seem impossible, just not anytime soon, it seems. Which is fair, but, like, man, I really like this show, and it feels like it's just getting going, you know? Like, that quick little bit, which I think I have as the thumbnail for episode 12, of, like, Emiliko having just the briefest memory of her life before Shadow's house. Dude, I don't know why that popped me so hard. Like, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. We know she's human. We've known, quite frankly, since episode 1 that she is human. Like, it's pretty apparent. And yeah, like, it's not that surprising, but just something about the idea of, like, oh shit, progress is being made. Like, this show isn't just gonna be stuck on this loop of incremental progress here and there, and then you get pulled back, and then incremental progress. Like, no, like, we are advancing. Shit is happening. Things are going on. Like, that's cool, man. And, like, yo, can I just give props to Edward for starting this season as the lowest of the low? Like, I could not care less about Edward as a character, and by the end, I'm kind of into it. Like, all the flashback stuff and how he acted, and, like, finally seeing his power and how it's this weird, like, the aesthetics of his power and how he uses it are just really cool. And overall, big fan of Edward, big fan of the entire, like, star bearers. I think they're all really cool. Yeah, I'm digging it hardcore style. And then at the end, the reveal of Robe and everything going on there. And then the second reveal of Robe, which is, what's his name? It's not Oliver. I think Oliver was the shadow. Fuck, what was the name of Oliver's shadow? I remember in the episode, I kept calling him, like, Jonathan or some shit, and I have no idea why. I forget the name of not his shadow, his face. Either way, the reveal of Nathan? Is it Nathan? Why? That makes no fucking sense. Anyways, the reveal of him being around and being a part of all this, and also the hint that maybe those two, excuse me, I forget the name, but those two that jumped out the window might still be alive. We don't know. I love that, like, framing of, like, it's impossible for us to really know if they're alive. We can't just go check. But it's just a little thread to tangle that maybe something's going on here. It's cool, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Specifically, though, I want to talk about Edward and how this guy was... It seemed like in the flashbacks he was always like this kind of rule stickler, and he was always kind of, you know, follow the rules. But I don't think he was a piece of shit, right? He's now a piece of shit, it seems. But I do wonder if he has any plans here, or if it's just he wants to be recognized as a full-blown adult and get a bunch of power and just, like... But, like, why does he want to be recognized? Is it just for his own ego? Like, does he just want to stroke his own ego that much? Or does he have a plan? Does he intend to make the Shadows house different? Better? In his own way? Like, what does he value here? We don't really know. And now that we have seen him in the past and seen that he wasn't always a complete monster, seemingly, I'm really curious, like, what his deal is. If there is a deal, maybe I'm overestimating his character. I don't know. I don't know, man. I've been thinking about Edward on and off a bit, and I'm just like, man, I really hope there's more to him than just he's a villain. Usually, I don't really like that in series when the villain is this, like, super comically evil dude, but then you learn his backstory, and oh no, he actually has all this depth. He just never showed it because the author wanted you to hate the villain, so they made him a piece of shit. But no, don't you feel bad? You shouldn't judge a person. Like, it always feels either preachy or just fake whenever that happens. But I don't know. Like, I'm kind of hoping for that with Edward, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because, like, the alternative would be lame if he is just, like, a villain. And we've kind of hinted that there is more to him, so the alternative would just be even worse. Or if I just really want to like him because his design is cool. I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's just something about him that I hope lives up to expectations. It reminds me a lot of Promised Neverland, which, by the way, I don't know if I've ever talked plenty about on this channel. I have a lot of opinions on that show, but, and that manga. I read the fucking manga, but, it kind of reminds me of the character Isabel. I believe that was her name. She was, like, kind of the head teacher, mom-like figure in season 1, and it reminds me a bit of her, where, like, as I was reading the manga, I was like, man, I hope she shows back up and does something. I don't know why. I just hope she's important somehow, and I hope she's cool somehow. I don't need her to be, like, a morally great person. She's clearly not. Same with Edward. He's clearly not a good guy. But I hope he has some goals outside of, I want recognition. Like, I hope he has something going on. I hope he's cooking something under the covers. Like, dude, season 2 rehabbed this character so hard, because by the end of season 1, I fucking hated this character. I thought he was the dumbest idiot I've ever seen in my life. And, like, all the props in the world to season 2 for, like, rehabbing the fuck out of this guy's character. They've done a great job. But yes. Also, remind me to talk about Shadow House at the end of this redirect. Thank you, guys. What else do I have to say here? I feel like I'm forgetting something. There was the whole Kate and John switcheroo. Damn it. Trying to remember what else happened. I'm really curious what not Oliver's plan is. His name's not fucking Oliver. What the fuck is his name? The face who was in the robe outfit at the end. Nathan? Why do I keep going to Nathan or, like, David or something? Anyways. The point is, this fucking guy, I'm curious where he goes from here, because I thought robe was gonna be a thing for the rest of the series. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, as I was watching season 2, if... Ow, I just bit my tongue. If someone told me that, like, Robe is still not revealed in the manga. Because it was such an interesting character that I'm shocked they just kind of pulled the trigger on it so fast. But I will say, I loved the Robe reveal so much. Like, I was so sure they were going to reveal who Robe was, and I'd be like, okay, that, like, I hate a reveal that you could have never guessed. Like, there's no hints like, you don't want to know the reveal before it happens, but once the reveal happens, you want to think back on it and go, oh, that makes sense. I understand how that, like, logically connects to this. Even if there was no way I, as a dumb idiot person, would have ever realized that, that does make sense. That is possible. I see where the show's going here. Hey, great example of that is, like, every fucking season after season 1 of Breaking Bad. It's full of that shit. We should watch Breaking Bad sometime. You and me. You and me specifically. You, me, and the one other person watching the Shadows House series. But yeah, like, I fucking... And the robe reveal, I was so sure it would be like, oh, it's Antonio. He was this character who we never mentioned until the episode before he was revealed. He was the former master of Shadow's house, and he was overthrown by his brother Julius. And, like, it was just gonna be this, like, really overly convoluted thing, and whoever was revealed as Robe would be, like, the most important character ever. And, like, or even worse, it would be, like, a ghost. That would have been even worse if it was just, like, straight up a ghost, which... you know, you could say metaphorically it is a ghost if you really think about it. Anyways, because like Robe came about from the death of that one guy, so you could argue that Robe as a concept is a ghost. Anywho, it's the ghost of his actions and his inspiration that he left for other people. The point is, I liked the reveal. What the fuck was that girl's name? Mary Rose or Rosemary? I think it was Mary Rose. Or was it Rosemary? I'm so sorry, everybody. Anywho, I thought her reveal was cool. I liked that she was Robe. I found it satisfying, and especially after the whole confrontation happened, which, by the way, can I just say, I love that that confrontation was one continuous event. I was so sure that, like, we were gonna have the, like, kind of Death Note Light L thing going on for a bit, where, like, Kate knows that Rosemary is Robe, and Robe knows that Kate knows, and there's this, like, battle going on, and I love that, no, it was just right here, right now, we're gonna figure this out, no matter what. And it was awesome, and then the conclusion of that was sick, with the whole fucking... with the voice changing, and then me checking the voice actors and all that, like, that was so cool, and then I went back and I re-listened to it, and I heard, like, oh fuck, that's Kate, I couldn't believe it, or like, oh fuck, that's Emilico, but yeah, like, that whole thing was cool, even if it is a little convoluted, I'll always say, if something's cool enough, it can be convoluted. Like, the show had earned enough cool points that it can cash those out for a bit of a convoluted thing. And, like, yeah, the fact that they found them in the water and then changed clothes and came up with this whole plan, all while Rosemary was just hanging out and didn't happen to catch any of this, like, sure, it's a little convoluted. And the fact that the little, fucking shadow balls were following and, like, they didn't realize what was happening. I get it, they're stupid, but still you think maybe they could figure out something. They're smart enough to not jump in the water. Anywho, the point is, it's cool, it was awesome, and I liked it, and I'm not gonna complain about it because it was actually really fucking cool, and I wouldn't have done it any other way. I think it was the best way you could have handled it, and it was really satisfying and exciting because there was no way out. Like, it had to be solved now, and I thought it was really cool, and I like the next scene after that being, okay, we're gonna go take her away now to be executed. Like, I love the weight of that, of like, okay, we got her, we're gonna go take her now. And then just, like, the whole episode taking place in that hallway, like, as they're walking through it, you can imagine, like, these flashbacks going on, and the whole episode is just them walking through that one hallway. It's so fucking cool. I don't know exactly if it begins and ends there, because I know it ends with them, I think it ends with them, no, it ends with them back in their room. So it's not literally the entire episode, but the vast majority of it would take place during that scene, because I believe they hand her over, then the flashbacks start, and then once the flashbacks end, she jumps out. So the whole thing basically takes place in that hallway, and it's just a cool, like, way to frame the episode and have that scene play out and also give you the flashbacks, which, once again, let me say it again, I usually hate when shows have a character, like, reveal themselves as really important to the plot, and they are not a side character, they're a main character, whoa, and then you get the, like, flashback episode to explain why they're important, and then they die. I hate that. I hate that so much, where a character is only given meaning and weight when they die, which means you have spent the entire show not giving a fuck about this character at all, and then all of a sudden you care a little bit because they're actually revealing their story to you, so you care a little bit, and then they die. And then you're like, okay, what was the point? Like, why even tell me this shit if you're just going to kill the character now? It's such a cheap way to, like, fake engagement, I guess, or, like, investment in the story, because I'm not upset because you killed a character that I liked. I'm upset because you said, hey, this character loves puppy dogs. Oops, they're dead. Like, that's not fair. You didn't, like, earn that. I didn't genuinely like the character. You just jammed 20 minutes of reasons to like this character into, like, the episode before you killed him. That's not fucking fair. Yo, big shout out to fucking JoJo Part 3 for kind of doing that with some characters, but also, to be fair, it earns its, characterization throughout the entire thing, so that's actually not true. Forget everything I just said. The point is, I hate when there is, like, when a side character is important, and they're not revealed to be important until they are no longer relevant to the story. It kills me. I'm like, fucking, why are you doing this to me? But for whatever reason, I liked it in this case. I liked that during the Rosemary and Kate and John, like, fight, you saw Kate as a very simplistic, one-note question mark villain. Like, we knew she wasn't a evil person, but, like, she is the antagonist of this episode. Like, she is the current antagonist. Like, she has taken down Emilico and Sean. John? No, Sean. John? Sean. She took down those two. She is playing dirty. She's using this power that is super unfair. She is a threat. She is our antagonist. We should not like her. We should be afraid of her. And if it had given us all of her backstory, while it would certainly color that engagement in a more interesting way, it would definitely have me be more engaged in the interactions between the characters. I would ultimately care less about the action. I would be watching it going, who gives a fuck? Just talk, you two, please. But instead, they wait until all that's done to then reveal the depth that was there that never got to come out. So it's almost like a tragedy that this was robbed from you, that you didn't get to know how interesting this character was until it's too late. And it helps that, like, she's literally being marched to her death in this moment to really hammer that home, which is weird because I feel like shows do that a lot and I usually hate it, but for some reason I liked it in this case. I don't know. Like I said, if a show's cool enough and it's earned enough cool points, it can do whatever the fuck it wants, and this show earned a lot of cool points in Season 2, so fair enough. I think I've talked about all I have to talk about with Shadow's House. Overall, I enjoyed it a lot, and I really hope we get more. This is a weird series where I kind of don't associate Shadow's House with my channel at all, but, like, it's kind of becoming that. Like, I really like it, and I'd be lying if I said I'm not tempted to find some way to, like, do a manga reaction. I don't know exactly how that would go. I did that for My Hero, I think, before Season 6 or Season 5 started. I think Season 6. I did that. Someone provided me the like manga panels for certain chapters before I watched the episodes, because the episodes cut some stuff out, and I thought that was really fun. It was a pain in the ass to edit, but I had a lot of fun, and I wonder if I can find a way to do that for Shadow's House, or if it would even be worth it. I'll have to think about it. If anyone's interested in that, let me know. If not, that's okay too. With that said, I'm done talking about Shadow's House. Thank you all for listening to me fucking yap for 20 minutes. Oh god, it's almost 30 minutes! Oh, you remember when I said if this is under 20, I'll be happy? Not even close. Anyways, with that said, I'm going to talk about Promised Neverland now. Wait, before I do that, I do want to quickly talk about my concept of, like, cool points. Because I don't think I've ever talked about this on the channel, or if I have, it was a long time ago, back in, like, Code Geass era, which, fun fact, was my first channel. I've had 3 channels. and the first channel literally ended with Code Geass. It literally ended with that final episode, which was fucking crazy. Like, that final session came out. I was so happy. And then like a week later, my channel got shut down. And I was like, damn, I went out on top though. Anyways, how old was I back when I watched Code Geass? Holy shit, I must have been a baby. Anyways, the point is, I have this weird thing where when I watch a show, it kind of earns points with me as it does certain things. Specifically when, you know, characters do things I don't expect, when it's not being super stereotypical, or like super easy to predict. A great example of this is the show Reincarnated as a Slime, which I've talked about briefly in the past few years, but I love that show. I watched that show dubbed. For me, it's like a 10 out of 10 show. I am not currently watching the new season 3, because I'm waiting for the dub to come out. I've heard mixed things, but I'll probably enjoy it just fine because of the logic I'm about to explain here. But with that show, it is like a 10 out of 10 for me, but I recognize it's like a 6 or a 7. Like, it's not that great of a show. But for me, it's like a 10. Because specifically with the dub has earned so many points with me that the show can do a lot of stuff that I don't generally like, and I still enjoy it. So when a show does something cool, or something funny, or something that I just appreciate a lot, it earns this, like, invisible point system with me. So, like, if a show does 5 cool things, it can cash that out to do something stupid. So, let's say a show has this really cool character who's always doing cool shit, and, like, you know, there's, like, a big misunderstanding plot line, and this character just walks in and goes, nah, guys, this is stupid as fuck. He means this, you mean this, don't fucking fight. That would earn the show so many points, to, like, have a character just not fall for the stereotypes, not do the tropes, just fucking get in there and fucking solve the problem. My Hero Academia is full of these moments of, like, moments where a character does something really smart or really logical or really cool, and it just earns points. All the way back in season 1, the moment that Shigaraki, who is the big villain of the show, just gets shot by a gun. Like, that moment is, like, maybe the prime example of this, of a show earning points in real time. The villain, who is the big evil guy, is not subdued by the hero, or the hero's mentor, or the sidekick, or the rival. No. He is taken down by the most random no-name character ever. And that character's superpower is that he has a gun. Dude, when Snipe walks into frame and just shoots Shigaraki like 3 times, I fucking lose it. I'm losing my mind. That earned the show, because I think up to that point, I enjoyed season 1, but I wasn't, like, loving it. That moment alone earned the show so many points. Like, no joke, like 20 points. Like, the show could have fallen off a cliff and sucked dick for the rest of that season, and I would have been like, nah, it's fucking awesome though, because he shot that guy. Like, it's just so, it's funny, it's badass, because it's like Snipe, and it's just this like cool cowboy ninja looking guy. It's like, it's what Aaron Black should have been in like Mortal Kombat X. Like, just this cool badass cowboy ninja looking dude. He's fucking crazy. Just walks into frame, shoots him, which is awesome and hilarious, and it's also really cool that, like, a minor Like, not even a side character. This guy is a background character. And the fact that the background character took down the main villain of the series just because, like, yeah, he caught him off guard, and his power would be a great counter to Shigaraki. Shigaraki needs to be up close to deal damage to you. This guy can shoot you from across a football field. Like, yeah, this guy can destroy Shigaraki. And it's awesome that he walks in, and he doesn't shoot him once. He shoots him 3 times. Just boom, boom, boom! Like, fucking nails him. And then Shigaraki falls down and teleports out. Like, immediately. It's so cool that, like, the villain is quelled because a dude walked in who's just a perfect counter to him. It's so fucking cool. Like, so many points were earned in that little scene. And because of that, if the show ever does something that I don't like, let's say Mineta gets a 20-minute episode where he's the main character, and the whole time he's going on about, I'm doing this for the boobies. Like, I will bite my tongue. I will swear vengeance upon God, but I will bite my tongue because the show has earned it. As cool as it was in that one moment, it has earned one episode that is for someone else. Like, not every show is going to be made for me specifically. So when a show has an episode that I don't like, or a character that I don't like Mineta is not necessarily a bad character. He is just not a character that I personally like, and I think you can make a character that I don't like, but still make me like them. I think Belly Button Kid was a great example of that. Or, like, Tape Guy, or Electric Shock Guy. What the fuck was Electric Shock Guy's name? Kirishima? No, Kirishima's the red dude. Whatever the fuck. Him. Like, he is a gag character. I usually don't like gag characters, but they've done a good job of making him a likable enough character that I don't really care that, you know, he kind of bothers me occasionally. I don't really care, because they've earned the right to, you know, have a character that I don't love, because they have so many characters I do love. So they've earned, okay, here's a guy that's not for me, and that's okay. He's still there for those that do love that type of character. That's fine. Mineta hits me hard, and hits me in a place that I can't help but be like, fuck this character! But he's not... But, like, he's not bad enough to make me stop watching the show. In another show, maybe, because he's really annoying. But My Hero has earned enough good points that anytime he shows up, I'm definitely taking points away from the show. And I'm like, fuck you. Why is he on screen still? I don't care about this character. But it has, like, a stockpile of points. So as I'm taking these points away, I'm still enjoying the show, and I'm just biting my tongue going, okay, sure, have your little joke character, do whatever you want, whatever, I don't care. Like, it's fine. It's earned that. And it's earned that because as much as that character or that episode or whatever, or that event isn't made for me personally, there have been a plethora of moments beforehand that were made just for me. Dude, I feel like every time Snipe is on screen, it's for me. It is for me specifically. The people at Bones were like, no, we gotta get Snipe in here, because Shad needs the moment where he screams. We need to get Snipe in here somewhere. Have him in the background. Can we get him to talk? We need Shad to scream. Like, we need it. And, like, it's earned enough good points that it can have these bad moments here and there. Now, there are some shows that just never earned enough good points to justify... Like, it pains me to even say this, but, like, I hate bringing it up, because it's, like, one of my greatest shames. But, I think the second or third show I ever watched on the channel was Madoka Magica. And I don't know if you can even watch that right now. I don't know if I have it up on my channel because I didn't enjoy it, which is such a painful thing to say because I know so many people that love that show. And it just didn't click with me. It had a lot of things that I didn't like, and not enough things I liked to justify putting up with the things I didn't like. Like, that show has melodrama out the ass. Like, every other situation is a character freaking out because this character was kind of rude or was acting weird, and like it's just them being upset and angsty and mopey, and characters just running away from other characters when they should just be sitting there and talking. And it's not that like it's bad writing. I can recognize why this character is running away, but it is a trope that I hate. It is an action that I hate. And the show just didn't earn enough points with me to have that happen and for me to ignore it. The show just wasn't what I wanted until like episode 10. And then I was like, ooh, this is actually really cool. And then it earned a lot of fucking points. And then the movie happened and it earned all the points in the world. But like, dude, those first few episodes, like the first like 6-7 episodes, just like, oh man, I just... there was nothing in it that I enjoyed enough to justify putting up with the things I didn't like. Which sucks! It sucks that that's how it is, man. Like, it's a show that I recognize as good, but it just wasn't for me. Another great example is Code Geass. Dude, I've recently gone back and rewatched Code Geass. Like, the entire show. And I have no idea what that show's about. I genuinely have no clue. Like, especially towards, like, the end of Season 2, with the whole, like, the Geass world and V2 or whatever the fuck, and, like, what Charles's deal was, and the mom, and, like, all this stuff, and Anya, and, like, all these characters. I have no fucking clue what's happening. Like, the show will just drop shit on you, like, oh my god, this is the Radagon Protocol. And you're sitting there like, what the fuck is the show talking about? What is going on in this show? Hold on. And, like, I recognize that is a me problem. I recognize I'm just stupid, and I can't follow what's being said. I understand that. But, like, in any other show, I would be watching those parts and thinking, wow, I hate this. I do not enjoy this fucking show. I'm done. Like, it is losing me so hard. It has, like, completely changed the plot, and I don't enjoy it, and I'm upset. But it has done so much to get me on its side that it's allowed to do things that I'm too stupid to follow. And I'll just sit back and go, I don't care, this is awesome. I don't need to know what's going on. It's earned a moment where 1 million zeros show up. Does it make any fucking sense? No. Is it stupid? 100%. Is it the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life? Yes. But it's earned it, because Johnny Young Bosch fucking slays every scene he's in. It has earned it. It's earned everything in the world. It can do whatever it wants. It can fucking do Resurrection of R, or Resurrection of the Rebellion, or whatever the fuck that movie's called. That I don't know if I like or not, but it doesn't matter. It's earned it. It can do it. I enjoyed it. It doesn't fucking matter. I liked it a lot. Are they vampires now? I don't know what that ending of that movie even is, and I liked it, because it's Johnny Young Bosch, and it's fun, and I like the concept, and it's fine. Anyway, that's my point system. We're 44 minutes in. Guys, I want to talk about Promised Neverland real quick, and then we'll be done. Okay. So, Promised Neverland. I watched Promised Neverland Season 1 when it first aired, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was one of those shows that you watch and you go, oh, is this like a funny slice of life show? And then you get to the end of episode 1 and you go, oh my god, no way, this is fucking crazy. This is just like School Live, if anyone's seen School Live. Anyways, I enjoyed Season 1. When I heard Season 2 was coming out, when I heard Season 2 was in production, I went and I bought the manga and I read all of the manga. And I fucking loved it. Speaking of my point system, this is extremely relevant to Promised Neverland. There is an arc in the manga where a lot of really cool shit happens. Like, some of my favorite shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's so fucking awesome. It's so awesome that I kind of can't tell you what happens in the final, like, 10 chapters. Because I don't fully understand what's happening. I'm genuinely not certain. And that's okay. Because it earned so many points with all that cool shit that I got to the end of that fucking manga and I was like, that was awesome. That was still, like, it was worth the read just for those few chapters. Like, it earned the ability to do whatever it fucking wanted. As long as it wasn't a complete fuck up at the end, I would be happy. And it wasn't a complete fuck up. So I was like, that's awesome. That's awesome. Like, I don't give a fuck. That was awesome. And I love the manga so much. And would you believe when the Season 2 anime was announced, I was like, this is awesome. We're going to get through Season 2. And then at the end, we're going to get the money shot of Season 3's in development. Would you fucking believe my surprise when we watched the Season 2 anime and literally all of the stuff that I liked, the entirety of the fucking story that earned it so many points, everything that earned it points was cut. Everything. All of the stuff that I loved got cut out. Dude, there's a fucking part that's so sick. There's multiple parts, but there's one specific part I'm thinking of where, like, all the kids have guns and they're shooting this, like, demon guy, and it's this 2-page spread, and it's this fucking awesome shot, and it's the sickest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. And they cut it out of the story completely. The demon guy, from what I recall of the anime, never shows up. The guns are gone. They're just using bows and arrows. And, like, I get it. The guns are weird. But, dude, that's the fucking point. It's awesome. Because you spend so long in the manga where, like, they're running around and barely surviving. So when the guns show up, it's awesome. And you're like, holy shit. And they're fucking shooting demons. And it's so fucking cool, dude. And then you get the guy with the gas mask, and he's awesome, and he's a cool character. And then when he leaves the story, you're like, damn, that was awesome. Completely cut that guy out. Just fucking fuck off. Who cares? Ugh. I don't even remember the ending of Season 2. I know they changed it, and I don't even care, dude. Like, I don't remember, because I was so checked out by the ending. I might not have watched the ending. I might have just watched the final episode. Like, once I realized not only was it changed, but everything was cut out, I was like, the moment in Season 2 when the base blows up is when I checked out. Because so much happens before the base blows up. There's the and, like, the scene where the base blows up in the manga is so much cooler because it's like a shootout. Like, it's awesome. It's this huge action scene, and it goes so hard. And then you just skip all of it. Dude, I'm so upset. This is the worst day of my life. Anyways, I hope Shadow's House doesn't go a similar route where the manga is really fucking awesome and then the next season just cuts it all out. I would assume not, because from what I've heard, there's not really enough in the manga yet to make another season. So I assume they're going to adapt everything, if not add to it. So, I don't know. Well, I have another 10 minutes before this becomes an hour long, so let's talk a little bit more about Elden Ring.